Good morning, it's another beautiful day. How are you today? You were good, right? You know your name? Know what day it is? You know where you are? Hey, there you go. There you go. Life is good. Life is good. Yes, I opened the door. It's 58 degrees here. Sun shining. Birds are at the feeder. Connor's been out walking in the courtyard. Come back in. Got his snack. And he's standing guard at the door. Don't let anybody in. If you can see him or not, they ain't coming in that door. He's the same little fella, so that's good. That's good, yes. Well, as you can tell, I'm still working on this huge. Well, it's not huge yet, but it will be. And I'm going to make it big, because that's my favorite color. I think I'm making it for myself. You know I'm getting pretty greedy. Everything I make is for me. What's that about? I'm so special. Oh, yeah. Now, I could be making little vests for Connor, Clyde, kitty cat. I even saw on the video today those cute little vests you put on chickens. Have y'all seen it? Makes a chicken look so cute. And it can still lay its eggs and eat and roll in the sand and keep them warm in the winter, I would think. I don't know, but they sure look cute in them. That's not that quite. You know how much, we all love, well, maybe you all love chickens. I know I do. I always like chickens. And I would love to have, 2 chickens at least. Put in a little cage out here. I go out in the mornings and let them out in the courtyard. Of course, I have to clip their wings. Although the fence is pretty high in most places except going in the backyard. So, can't keep them in. Sometimes, not unless you're really prepared, like a real pen for them. And then I could crochet little vests for them and stuff. That would be cool. Tried to find my yard here. Got tangled up. Am I the only one that gets yarn all tangled up as bad as I do? Well, I tell you what, I'm pretty good at untangling, so come on, put it my way. Come on. We got to do this. See, and I've got a cute little story to tell you today. Let's read our comments. Good morning, everybody. Oh, here's. Let's see how we're going to. Where I need to start. Okay, let's see if this is where I left off. Sometimes I read them and I think I've already read them to y'all, but indeed, I hadn't read them to y'all. I just read them. I'm sort of selfish that way. I love to read the comments. Even if I read them over and over, it makes me feel good. And it's all about me. Me and Connor and Clyde and all my friends. All right, now I'm getting ridiculous. Well, I've had a good morning, to tell you the truth. I went out and sat on my sister's front porch because I had to post a letter and pick up my Amazon package. And so by doing that, I was outside, people driving by, and I waved at them. They go back by, I wave. It was really nice. I said, I need a chair out front so that I can get to more easily, because you have to go way up on her. She's got a real high concrete porch, on the front of her house. Really nice, really nice. The hardest thing is getting up there. Once you get up there, though, the view is good, because the house is up on a hill and you can look down. I like it. Anyway, let's read our comments here. Let's start with Mrs. C. Yeah, okay, so Jill says something about bless your pea pink and heart. Okay, and then Mrs. C. Scotty says, today I'm so invested for Elmo's Train Club Christmas show. I need a break, so I'm watching you. Well, I hope they gave you some relief. Elmo's sure a lucky man. He sure is a lucky man. The train club. A friend of mine loved trains. Him and his wife, they travel. They, when they put the final the stake in for the lines, the commemoration stake that they put in, I guess it was 2 or 3 years ago. And all the train people were there. Were y'all there? Him and his wife made that trip. Of course, they went by train. Mostly, anyway. Oh. And then Mrs. Z's cottage. Tennessee, Ernie Ford. Bless your little pea-picking heart. Now, that's right. You get it. That's right. I knew it. When Jill said that, I said, I know the man. I can see him singing. And he could sing. Oh, my gosh. The most religious songs, too. Oh, well. Yes, you're right. Joy Bird says, I was about totally blind, but can see fairly good now. They deaden the eye, and you don't feel it. So what Joy Bird did, she went in and had shots in her eyes so she can see. And I had asked her, and I asked you, Joe Bird, didn't I? Does that hurt? Does it scare you? And you say, nope. Nope. They deaden the eye. You're my hero. I tell you what. But now you can see better, and I'm so glad, so glad. Oh, you don't want to miss a minute in this life. Not a minute. If you can't see it, you want to hear it, feel it, smell it, whatever. You heard about the dog thing, didn't you? He says, the dog looks at something. He said, if you can't play with it or eat it, then pee on it and walk away. Now, where did I get that from? Why did I start that? I don't know why I put that in there. It doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, well. Anyway. Here's Jill Robert Ice and says, Dennis, are you Ernie Ford? That's, yes, Jill. Mrs. C got it too. I don't know if anybody else in the world got it, but you guys got it before I could get it. Thank you for your hints, or maybe answers. And here's Lauren Trebille. Your letters arrived today. We canceled our language arts test so the kids could read your letters and write back to you. You made each letter unique and beautiful. My kids felt so special. Thank you, Mom. Well, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. And also, guys, a butterfly, which is Lauren Trebille, whatever. I call her a butterfly. Paul Butterfly. So said that had sent pictures of the kids holding their letters. Oh, I want permission so I can post them because, it's a very delicate situation when you post pictures of children. And then I have to let the video know that it could be made for children. I don't know. That's sort of a scary area. You never know what YouTube's going to do, but they are just adorable children. And one didn't even have a little tooth there, and I said, oh, so sweet. You know how you're young and you lose your teeth, Oh my gosh, they were cute children. Only thing I might have messed up on the guys and the girls' names. I couldn't remember. So when I was trying to look at their names, in the pictures and their whole, I was trying to figure out, did I get the right name? I mean, how I figured they would look. And one little girl, Kylie, I think she had a brace where she had broke her wrist or something. And she was all, had cast on it, had all the kids' signatures on it, and that's all. You can see where all the teachers had written on it. Just proud of that cast. But they had their hair up so cute and just big old smiles. Oh my goodness. Cute. Here's Bonnie. Hey, Bonnie Myers. How you doing? No more headaches? Everything ready now? You ready for your next day? Well, this is it. Now, you guys need to grab today because tomorrow it'll be gone. Yeah, it will be gone tomorrow. And there's no guarantee. There's no, wait a minute. Today will be gone tomorrow. Yesterday's gone. And today's the day, tomorrow. So you're tomorrow. All right, so I've got myself confused. So one thing we need to remember, enjoy this time right now. And if there's anything you want to do, as Rusty says, anything you better do, you better get doing it. Because your days are flying by. Flying by. Boy, that's encouraging, isn't it? Oh, my. Says, Bonnie Meyer says, started ordering some Christmas presents. Oh, look at you. I've had a bad week, so I hadn't gotten too much crocheting done. Well, sometimes you have to take care of yourself, you know. You have to do that. I'm sorry you had a bad week. Hugs and kisses to you. Hugs and hugs and hugs. And hugs from everybody. I'm sure we're all feeling the same for you, Bonnie. And fresh squeezed lemonade is supposed to be good for kidney stones. That's what I've heard. I still got half a bag of lemons. But it said I shouldn't eat a lot of sugar, but I like sugar in my lemonade. You know, I love, you know, and I don't drink a lot of lemonade. I mean, year round, so I must not have drank enough. A bag a month is not enough. Lemonade. But I do like lemonade very much. But don't you worry about crocheting. You do what you want to do while you're feeling good. Because tomorrow you might feel better. And the day after that you might feel better. So there you go. Better Bonnie Myers. That's who we'll call you. Oh, here's Maribella's hook. Good advice, but so hard to follow. We always worry about something. You had lots going on. It's no wonder you forgot the appointment for Connor. At least you were able to reschedule. I do hope you have a great Friday and get a chance to do something you love. Thank you. Yes, I am attempting to learn how to knit. Oh, good for you. You know, I've been thinking about that too. I mean, refreshing myself, see if I can do it. Oh, it says it's slow going, but I'll keep trying. Take care. It's got a little heart and a bee and flowers. I mean, that's a good day with heart, bee, and flowers. And learning to knit. I know that girl can't. You just get bored, don't you? You're just so smart. That's what it is. You're smart. Smart Maribella's hook. That's what I'm calling you. And here's Penny Team. Penny, on your video, you asked about the kidney stone procedure. Yes, I did go under anesthesia. Then the doctor used ultrasound to break up the stones, which were too large to pass. Then I dribbled out the sand, broken stone, over the next few days. All better. Whoa. Well, I'm not all better yet, so I see I've got a good option out there if this booger don't pass. I was in bed on the stall. Well, in fact, you know, because I didn't put a video up, I was in bed. I didn't want y'all to see me in bed. I could talk, but I was, no. So I laid in bed. I tried to read, and I drank my lemon juice. And today, I'm not super duper, but if I think it long enough, maybe it'll become super duper. Blasted those stones right out of there. Wow, what do you think about that? They do about anything anymore. About anything anymore. Ooh, I hadn't heard from Jennifer. Let's see, Jennifer or Daniel. Daniel, maybe, what did he say? Sometimes you got to take some time off of social media. Put you into a quiet mode for a while. Oh, well, that's the comments for today, and thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to tell you this little story. Okay. these two women, this church had a large women's group, something like the group that I was, in my church. Very small church, but very active women in it. In fact, I think without the women, I don't know if the church would even exist. But anyway, let's not even go there. That's not what I'm going to talk to you about. So these women, they decided, they just wanted to help somebody that, who's in trouble. They felt like they need to help. And so they started this club. And it was something like, like that, like a secret pal kind of thing. Yeah. Except if they don't ever know who you are when you do something nice. And so you pick out a person, and then a couple of people in the group decide which one is going to be their secret pal, helper. And so what they did, after they put if there was someone they found, okay, for example, let's start off. They found this lady who just lost her husband. They'd been married 56 years. And they had heard that she was waiting on her daughter to come see her. And her daughter was, I guess, in California or Seattle, somewhere far, far away. So she was very lonely. And she withdrew from life, really. Just withdrew, going to church, withdrew, going to the store. I mean, just withdrawn. And he had done almost everything for her. So, and her kids were all over the country, as most children are. So these two girls, ladies, I'll call girls because anybody under 100 is a girl. When you get 100, then you start getting old. But anyway, so they decided that they would help this girl. So they had this great idea that when her daughter, the lady's daughter was there, they had a big carport sale of their daddy's stuff. And they each got what they wanted and all that. So they had a little carport sale while the girls were there. And so these two women had gone to the carport sale. And so they decided that they saw that her husband's shirts were all on wire hangers. Yeah, don't go to that movie. Wire hangers. Joan Crawford, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so anyway, I've got lost track of time. What happened? Oh, yes. So they had got her husband's shirts from the carport. Decided that they would make a quilt. And they would use pieces of her husband's shirt. So they worked and worked and worked because they were quilters and they were pretty good at it, So they got one done, and so their next thing they have to do, since they're secret pals, they had to creep to the house, where this lady lives, and leave it on the front porch. So one night after they had finished and they had wrapped it up, they went out to this lady's house. And they pulled up and they turned off their lights, pulled up to the house. And then a passenger side got up, walked over to the house, and put the bag on a swing the lady had on the front porch that I'm sure her and her husband had sat on, anyway. So they left it there. And they were so proud, they had done their mission. It was secretive. Nobody knew where it was from. And they could rejoice. They really were happy with what they had done. As time went on, they decided that they would do something else for her. They said, why don't we make her fried pies? And so they made fried pies for this lady who had lost her husband. And so they snuck over one morning early early, and it's hard to beat somebody in the morning that gets up early. And you don't know, if you don't know them very well, you don't know if they're up or not, right? So anyway, they pull up in front of the house, and they think, well, the lady's probably not up. It's quiet. The house was quiet, you know. So one of them got out of the car and walked towards the house. Went up the steps, she turned, and there was the lady sitting in the swing, startled. Because one thing, she didn't know who this woman was that was creeping up on her porch and scaring her. So, you know, it was like, look, so they sort of said, well, you know, we wanted to bring you these. We just wanted to bring these. And says, but who are you? Why would you bring me something? You know, she was very curious. Somebody she didn't know would just leave fried pies or whatever was in the box on her swing. I guess about a month passed. And they hadn't seen the lady. The lady was chosen by them to be her secret pal. That's what their job was. So they said, you know, I'm curious if she's okay, or did her daughter come and get her, and did she get the quilt, you know? And there was that quilt that those two ladies had just, you know, had made 2 months ago and given to the lady who lost her husband. Well, one of the ladies says, did she not like it? And the other one says, I really don't know. Maybe she was just so emotional, she just didn't know what she was doing and donated a bunch of stuff after the carport sale, or you know, whatever again, or whatever, who knows. And so they decide that she's thrown it away by mistake. So they decide to go back to see this lady because she hadn't seen, you know. So they drove over to her house and knocked on the door and said that, you know, hello, how are you doing? And the lady said, come in, have coffee. Well, they had this bag, you know, like a grocery bag with this quilt in it that they had made from this lady's husband's clothes. So they're having coffee and sitting down there, and they said, we have something for you that we saw anyway at Goodwill, and I'm sure you didn't mean to throw this away because this quilt has your husband's shirts on it. Well, that definitely got it out of the bag, because once the lady saw the quilt that she had donated to Goodwill, here she was, face to face with the people who gave it to her. At that moment, they just sort of froze in place. Now, what would you do? I mean, she said, oh, I'm so glad you brought it back. I didn't realize I'd thrown it away. I was very upset. My daughter and I were going through my husband's things, and it was just one of those things. So it mended very well, even though she felt guilty because she had donated that quilt. They became fast friends forever and ever. So you never know what kind of situation will bring you close to someone else. But doing good, you can never go wrong. Accepted or not accepted, when you do good for someone else and you feel it's right from your heart, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I believe that if you do good things come back. It might not be when you think it'll be. You may get it when you least expect it, but it will. It will ricochet back as what was the lady that wrote the book back in the 70s? The Boomerang. It says what you give, it boomerangs right back to you. I think her name was Barbara Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, that's my little story. It's probably all mushed up. I hope it makes sense at all. I'm going to listen to it and see if I can make sense out of it. But the reason I'm not crocheting is because it's hard for me to talk and crochet lately. I don't know. It may be the medicine they're giving me. I don't quite know. But I want to remind you that God has you in the palm of his hand. Pray for the birds, the bees, the flowers, and the trees, and for each other, because we're all on this huge earth together. And remember, you are special, crocheting or not, or taking some time off from life to do something for you or someone you love. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.